Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the 12-inch Hero Meister Ultraman. And basically this is the Ultraman in the manga, which we've seen the SH figures of. And Sentinel, actually they go with the name Gen-ti-nel now, or maybe aside a sister company or something of that sort. So they made this figure, it's a foot tall, basically along 1/6 line. And this is the shipper box that comes with. Unfortunately, mine got banged up. Actually, there is a bigger box on top of this, and it came from Good Smile Company. I guess they're distributing this particular figure. So I just want to quickly show this box, and it has a tape. 1,000 of value is built up. Interesting. Anyways, that's the shipper box. Alright, so inside we're gonna get this packaging, which is really cool. You got this matte finish here with the silhouette of Ultraman, and you have the glossy lettering of Ultraman on this side here. It's kind of hard to show, but it's there. So the side I got damage is this corner here, which is not too bad if I were to display this, but unfortunately the box is damaged. But I don't really mind as long inside is intact. Here we go in the back. There seems to be a sticker here. Production, something kind of hard to read from this. But there we go. And what else we got here? I think that's Ultraman's logo or something of that sort. I can't remember. Huh. 2011-2016 Subaraya production. This is the first one they made so far. Interesting. So let's take a look inside. Alright, let's do a little bit of unboxing here. So as I take this out. There we go. We got the instruction booklet here. On the back side we have the effect parts that goes on the forearm and the battery helper, which we've seen. Which have, oh yeah, the SH Figuarts Hulkbuster has that similar tool. Huh. And uses probably LR41s. Nope, SR621. I'm not sure what kind of battery that is, but it's probably something similar. We got a variety of hands. I'll open that later. We got the foam on top, and we got more foams here. So we have a variety of hands laid out here. Then we have Ultraman. Let me grab him. There we go. This guy is huge. Alright, let me just reorient my camera again. Actually, I just want to go over this. There might be some useful information. Alright, so there seems to be a PCB, a printed circuit board with a LED and batteries. Tells you where to prop it up onto the side, not on the edge there. No good. And you can take it off from the chest area to access that LED onto the head. It's on the top hatch. Also, there's some on the forearm. Some more articulation gimmick, how to put on that beam effect on the forearms, and different posing. Yep. Alright, size comparison. We have the figures right here, the little guy, and we have the Gen-ti-nel's 12-inch Ultraman here. And it's huge. It's like comparing a figure art to a Hot Toys. So Hot Toys are in the 1/6 scale, and I got my ruler here. It is just a little bit over 12-inch. It's a little over a foot. So it's quite a big figure. I always find it challenging to review these huge figures. But here we go. So let's go over articulation first. We have the head here. Wait, hold on. Let me move my camera just a little bit higher. There we go. Can look side to side without much problem. You can look down, and to look up you can actually move this back fin here. There we go. and that works quite well. Because if you don't have that, it's gonna hit here, and that's kind of what it is for the figure arts. So it's nice that they've thought about that. Because sometimes Ultraman does have the flying pose or looks up. So that's really good. Fairly good articulation there. There are some details. Let's see if I can get a closer. Alright, so there's some markings on like the neck and chest area or the shoulder. Alright, so moving on, let's see here. We have the shoulder, which is on a ball joint. It's an extended ball joint here and a hinge on to this part. And yeah, this is working well, especially when you move this whole arm up. It doesn't get in the way. Let's see what we got here. We got that rotating peg right there. And you see this rigid joint. It's kind of interesting. It's probably just mostly for aesthetic. I don't sense it being a ratcheting joint. And although the figure is heavy, this part here is all plastic. A lot of it is plastic. These are die cast. Yeah, the sole is die cast, the shin guard die cast, the knee, well, it's die cast. Not the chest. I think mostly on the lower part. This is plastic. Feels like it is. Yep. So mostly on the bottom part. Just to keep it in terms of center balance. This flapser does open up, which allows you to grab this whole part here, but we'll get to it in a bit. And there's little tabs here to place it back. There we go. It's kind of hard to line up sometimes. Getting back to this, we have a bicep swivel, which is great. And it contours well with the muscle structure. I like that. I mean, except for this part here. But then again, you have the shoulder armor covering up for the most part. You have a double jointed elbow. And that's actually not too bad. Kind of reminds me of Player Art Skyward. It's kind of elongated, but kind of need that to get that much articulation there. You got jointed wrist. You got this contraption here for his Spacium beamer. I think they might have called it something else for him. But this does extend out, open up, and there we go. Now we have one of the inserts. And I believe, let's see here. Trying to figure it out. It goes one way. Because there's a little tab there. Huh. Let's probably go this way. There we go. And just trying to get it in there. Alright, so that's one. It is a tight fit, and it's secure, which is good. Just a little tight fit. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I just want to demonstrate that one. Moving on, we have the torso. Seems like there's a huge ball joint, maybe a hinge combination. And that's really good. You can do a little bit of up crunch. Really nice. On the back side, not so much gap on top side, maybe a little bit on the bottom here, but that's still good. I don't think there's any moving parts here, but yeah. So that's a good bend. You also have this side skirt here, which actually kind of moves out of the way, just in case you need to do certain pose here, which might hit that. So it's a nice touch that you're able to just dislocate that waist area. Now there's a bit of a hollow part here on the waist area. especially in certain angles. But looking from top down, not too bad. It's giant waist hinge here. It's nice that it's not kind of like your typical joint on the waist, so it's covered. Well, except for that part there, but so fairly good articulation. You also get this thigh swivel here, so that's good. Knee bend, here we go, and you do have a separate knee joint here. Kind of wish it kind of moves a little bit, but that's nice that they have that. There we go. Really good. And moving on, we have the shin guard here. It is on a ball joint right here, and this one is on a hinge. They allow you to quite a bit of a movement here, and then you have your ankle joint here. Seems like a ball joint right here, and a hinge system. Actually, this one is also an extended ball joint right there, and something just fall off, and that's just full. The paint chipping. Whoa. So you do have some ankle hinge there to allow you to move on the side, which is always wanted. We want that for wide stance. And you got this back armor here that you just gotta play around. But it's nice, you can extend them out if you need to. And you also have a toe joint, which is great. Alright, and you can do the Armman pose. And yeah, quite great. I forgot to mention there is this swivel here on the shoulder, so you do have that, and this actually allows you to move your whole arm around, wrap around his or touch his other shoulder. So that's quite a bit of articulation, and yeah, it's just a little bit hard to get this in camera. It's such a big figure. Alright, in terms of hands, we have the closed fist. You have a pair of relaxed hands right here. You have another one with this pose. And you have one that's with a hand wide open. Yep. And these are just painted, nicely detailed too. For the most part, molding is good. Paint could have been a little bit better, just a little bit. I mean, you kind of see a little bit of unevenness there, but oh, it kind of reminds you of the show where it's not really shiny silver like chrome plated. It is silver. Yeah, yeah. So not too bad. They're not die cast again. In terms of swapping, maybe let's try to do his signature move. So we take this out. Easy to do. I really like how they've used straight peg, not a ball joint. This makes things a lot easier. Just pop this back in there. There we go. The other one here. Alright, there we go. It's the first time putting this on. Right, so I always get this wrong. So it's supposed to be the right hand that goes like this, and you have the left hand going like this, and you got your signature cross Spacium attack. There we go. Really cool. Alright, here's another pose with his hand. Unfortunately, you can't really move the hand up. You can kind of extend the joint a little bit, and that kind of gives you a little bit more on the wrist. But it'll be a little, it'll look a little off. But you know, at least you got something there. It's not too bad. Yeah, and yeah. Moving on, let's go along with that LED effect, as well as putting this back on. Alright, I put those on, and actually I forgot to mention that when you're putting this on, you make sure the blue color is on the outside. Same thing with this here. That's how it is in instruction, and probably that's how it'll work with the LED. Now, getting to the LED, let's go start with the torso here. So for the torso, like in instruction, you flip this out, or inward, I guess. There we go. So just remove that tab, and you take this out. There we go. Inside you have this. Flip the switch. You do have the tool here to pry out the battery once you swap it out. And let me see here. LR621, that's the battery. Put it back in. You got that really nice blue glow. And same thing for the head here. I'm trying to push this out. So for the head, you can push it from here. There we go. You get the two batteries on top. There's a switch there. Turn it on. And slide it back in. There's a little peg here. There we go. Got that nice glow in the eyes. And for the forearm, right here, let's turn this around. Oops. So this one just pops out. There is a little tab here to remove the whole thing, which is great when you're changing out the batteries. But turning on the lights. Let's see here if I can do this correctly. There we go. So there is a bit of a glow there. It's a little faint, but let me see if I can demonstrate that. There we go. I wish it could have been a bit brighter, but it's a little faint. Same thing on this here. There we go. This one's a little brighter. Nope, it's about the same. I mean, it does glow. Alright, there we go. Alright, there was just, I noticed that this LED is actually a bit brighter. I had to fiddle around with the LED, and it seems to be working now. Just a bit better connection. Yeah, it's quite great with that light on. And let me just see without the lights. Really cool. And while we're at it, you can have a face-off with Iron Man Mark 43. And this is a spoiler alert if you haven't watched, or actually there's no anime yet. We're hoping. But if you've read upon the manga for the Ultraman, he's actually human size. And he is kind of like the Iron Man, where he put on this costume just to basically hide his identity and to promote that Ultraman is back. And he has the power of Ultraman on human size, so it's kind of like Superman, which is great. And there you go. And that wraps up the review for Gen-ti-nel 12-inch Ultraman. This is a great figure. I really like it. Articulation is fairly good, especially on the shoulder. You do have the neck articulation and certain panels that you're able to pop out to give you extra, like the shin guards on the bottom here, the waist, and shoulder pads. So it's great. I like it overall. It does have some cool LED gimmick and the fold out forearm beam here. And yeah, for the most part it works quite well. Now the only thing that will probably set you back is the price. This is about $300. Yes, and I got it from the actual Gen-ti-nel's web store when they announced it for pre-order. I'm not sure what's the pricing now. It might probably still the same, but depending on demand and supply. It's always that factor. But yeah, Definitely well worth picking up if you're a big fan of Ultraman or Tokusatsu in general. It's nice to have a big figure, especially this fully articulated Ultraman. Usually Ultraman figures are static. Well, with the advent of the Ultra Act line from Bandai, or Figure Arts now. But definitely you cannot compare this because this is a 6-inch figure line. That's a 12-inch, and you're paying a lot more for that. But yeah, that's about it for the review. Actually, if I have to compare this with the Hot Toys, that's gonna be tough, but in terms of a figure and details overall, I will still pick an Hot Toys Iron Man figure, like the Mark 43. I think you're just getting a little bit more on that aspect, actually quite a bit more, as opposed to this figure. But that's that. Anyways, if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer that for you. But that's about it for this review. So until then, this is Means. Thanks for watching.